And there we go. Hello! Can you all see us? Can you all hear us? Somebody respond to me.
Can you see and hear important ghosts?
Oh, I can see it working. So come on, someone respond to me. I know we were a bit late, but we weren't that. Yes. Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
And welcome to Squirtleheim. Squirtle.
Squirtleheim.
No context. That's it. That's just how we're introducing our videos from now on. I'm here. What are you talking about? Cris doesn't have a hat on.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is part of me. This is an extension of my furry self.
I don't know what you all mean. Like she's not wearing a hat.
Nope, not at all.
Hey everybody. Welcome to the live chat with Cris.
Okay.
So today we're going to be talking about astrology. I've got my Virgo constellation on, and death. Well, it's gonna be a little bit more broad than that, probably, those two things, because a little bit. Because Cris and I aren't like astrology experts. I'm going to say that right now. Like that's not our main jam, but we both are kind of interested in it, and we have had like little snippets of information. And I've had thoughts about certain bits and pieces to do with kind of like the path that we've been in, like dark goddess, I hate the term, but dark goddess energies and path walking and underworld walking and death energies, and then kind of like the astrology that we were born under, and that kind of thing. Ain't nobody got time to sleep.
I'm with you, Mystic Witch. I just finished telling Joey that I did not get, I think I got like 3.5 hours sleep last night because of stuff. So, like stuff.
She was up all night raving. That's what she was doing.
I was howling.
Howling at the moon.
I do not want to hear any shit about my sunglasses on SCW when you have a fucking animal on your head. Dude, I didn't say shit about your sunglasses. I sang that you saying that you wear your sunglasses at night because you were. It was nighttime and they were on. They were the ones making the Stevie Wonder jokes, not me.
I think we've got a fight that I know nothing about. I'm just going to sit over here and let you hammer out. Like, what?
Oh, shit. No. But look, okay, so this thing, I was on my way in here, and then I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll bring it with me. Why not? Wolfie.
I want some of those fox ears that you can get. Not the kinky ones, but, you know, like the normal ones, because last time I went looking for fox ears, it was all sex toys, and I was like, what the hell did I stumble into? But I really want
this is not where we intended to be. Yeah.
You look like Ozzy in sunglasses. Oh, anyway, we've got a topic. Sorry.
Sharon!
I got completely distracted by sunglasses and chat and how warm it is.
You're saying we are not experts in astrology.
No.
I am definitely not an expert in astrology. I just really enjoy it. It's probably one of the first things that I like. Squirtleheim, exactly. It's probably one of the first things that I got interested in terms of like, I don't know, self-evaluation and like how the world was connected and all that kind of shit. So,
we can
I don't know.
That.
I've just
roll call. What is everybody's star sign? Go.
Oh, that's a good idea. And if you know like your moon and shit, put that in there.
Roll call. Everybody's star sign in chat. Go. So I am a very misleading Virgo with Virgo rising and Taurus moon. The rest of my chart is all Leo, like, and fire, like almost completely. Not completely. But
like I looked completely. I thought, I was like, oh, haha, that's funny. She's joking. It's all fire, the rest of it. And then I pulled up her natal chart and I was like, holy shit, woman.
So we got
Ooh.
Leo, Taurus,
Sag.
Aquarius, Pisces, Libra on the cusp, Virgo, Sun, Virgo rising. Laura's in my box. Welcome to my box.
Laura is an Earth sign. Sweet Susie is also a Cappy.
Capricorn, another Sagittarius.
Sag, so we've got a few Sag.
You can do your natal chart really easily online. You just Google like free natal chart, and there's some really good ones, and you just like fill in your birth date and your time of birth if you know it.
Yeah, Cafe Astrology or cafe.astro or some shit. Like, just type in free natal chart on the Google.
Mystic, I'm telling you that sunglasses and fox ear sex toys are part of astrology. I'm telling you.
Yes.
You can't do your natal chart without fox ears on. Didn't you know? It's a rule.
Oh, shit. There's another Capricorn. That excites me. I never have other Capricorns around me. Yay.
We've got a couple of Geminis. And Gothic Arcana is a Cancer Sun and a Taurus Moon. Taurus Moon.
I can totally see Gothic being a Cancer. I appreciate that.
Wolf Raisin is a Pisces. So just for all you Pisces out there, I freaking adore Pisces. Like, I think Pisces get a bad freaking rap. Every male boyfriend I've ever had that's been a Pisces, and I've had about 2 or 3 boyfriends that have been Pisces over my lifetime. Not like right now. That sounded really bad. But have been such sweethearts. They've been really nice. And I think Pisces get a bad rap. Virgos get a bad
I'm trying
rap.
to think over like the signs that I've dated and what signs they've been. I never really thought about that for myself, but I've got at least 2 Sag under my belt. Literally. And
It's that kind of chat, apparently.
Yeah. You guys asked for more of this. How do you feel about that?
I love it. So just, you know.
Yeah. No, I think I have a lot of Sag, and then I did date a Taurus once.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it. I don't really the most dominant ones were Sag, which I have a lot of Sag and Scorpio in my planets. So I'm just kind of like, I dig you people. You don't make sense, but I love you.
I've dated a couple of Virgo males.
I love Virgos.
Now,
I love them.
That didn't work out too well with me because I am a Virgo on the surface, but like all my fire underneath. So I'm a chaotic Virgo. So being with a Virgo male and a couple of the big love of my life was a Virgo, and he was typical Virgo, like stereotype Virgo. So okay, is that everybody? We've got second line paranoid is a
Noah.
Gemini.
Noah.
Gemini are taking over the chat.
Noah, what is your zodiac sign?
Scorpio.
He just came in. What's your zodiac sign? Hello. I mean, I guess I should also say hey back first instead of just
hey
being like,
baby, what's your sign?
What's your sign?
Sagittarius, another Sagittarius. We're all Sagittarius and Gemini in here. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Noah's run away. I think you frightened Noah.
No. He's been in scarier chats. It's okay. I've witnessed things.
I've seen shit, dude. I've seen
some shit, man. With my wolf hat. I've seen some shit.
Hey, Crimson, what's your sign?
I think Crimson is a Sag. Earth signs running a live stream, right? Okay, so if I can get all the Earth signs to the left and all the fire signs to the right, the air signs move in the back, and then the water signs come up front, we'll just know where everybody is.
You're right over there.
Triple Sag. Wow.
Noah is a Taurus. Earth sign.
That makes sense.
With a Gemini moon and a Sagittarius rising. Wow. That's a combination, Noah.
Taurus sun, Gemini moon, Sag rising. Yeah.
I'll be in the middle.
I see all this.
Earth signs to the left of me. Fire to the right. Here we are. Set in the middle with me.
The only other person I know that is a triple something is Maria, Solitary Witch Tracks on here. And she is a triple Leo. And you know how Leos are usually like, hi, everybody, I'm a Leo.
Yeah.
Well, she is like really, really zen. Really, really zen.
Does it like balance you out if you
I
have like
think it
triple
all
Leo?
like, it meets in the middle and they combine and then everything just goes neutral.
But
Because she's a tiny little monk. Like I've told her this. I'm like, I just want to like push you in my pocket and carry you around for times when I need wisdom.
It's with the paws. It's like fur bending.
Put you in my pocket.
Well, the thing is, like, nearly all the rest of my chart is Leo, though. Like, and so is like some weird mix.
Gosh, a triple Aries would be a lot to handle. I love Aries. Like, I think the closest signs that like end up being like my closest friends are Cancers, Virgos, and Aries. Those are the main three that get like super close. And then Libras are always around me, but we have like this love-hate relationship where it's like I love them, but also they kind of hurt my head. And I think I do the same thing for them.
Ooh, Earth child is a triple Taurus.
Oh, wow. Because I'm learning people who are triples. That makes me happy. I want your ears. Crimson, I want your ears. She's got these headphones. I don't know if you've seen them, Joey, that like they're like cat ears and they glow.
Oh my god.
Like they pulse. And the cat, like the ears are speakers. Like I saw them a while back and then one day she had them on and I was like, I know what those are. I know what those are and they're so awesome.
So, out of interest, I'm going to do another roll call. Does anybody know what moon phase they were born under, as in full moon, half moon, total eclipse?
You and I were the same, I believe.
We were waning, which I thought was really interesting that we were both waning. So does anybody know what moon phase you were born under? There is a whole purpose to this, I promise. Full moon.
I don't know where you're going, but I'm going with you. Full moon. Laura was born on full moon.
Waxing crescent for
new moon.
Half moon.
Moon.
Total eclipse. That's a
of the heart. Sorry.
I'm not even going to attempt to sing that. Dead on dark moon. That's awesome. Waxing day before full for Michael. Mystic. Mystic. That's not a moon phase.
That's not. Thank you, internet. Yeah, right? There's so much you can find on the internet. I love having internet. Yeah, I'm down for it. Let's go. I got enough Sag in my chart. Let's do this thing.
Waxing crescent for second line parade. Waning half moon, waning crescent for sweet Susie. New moon for Everin.
So we got a couple new moons. So it's pretty.
It's
all over.
Mix,
I think there's only what?
Ooh,
one full moon?
Pixie's full moon. That's
we got two full moon now. Cool.
Wayward Fire is Scorpio, moon is Pisces, rising is Taurus, Courtney is a waning moon, Briar Lynn is waxing.
Wow, Scorpio sun, Pisces moon, rising Taurus. You're freaking intense. Men in a good way. I'm just saying. Like that's an intense combination.
Earthchild, I was new moon, Wolverhampton, a waning crescent. So the reason I was interested in this is because I was thinking about this the other day when we were talking about
you're a Virgo. Me?
Because I'm charting you all down.
She's taking
making
notes.
A list.
Making graphs.
No graphs. Sod graphs. My Leo says no to graphs. My underneath. Is because we were talking a little bit about like astrology and how it affects spiritual path walking. And I was like, I wonder how much.
I'll talk about that in a second, Susie. I see you. I know you. I'll talk about it in a second.
And Cris had talking about north nodes and south nodes, which we'll get to in a bit. I'm just going to remind Cris that she said that.
That's a good idea. Thank you.
Virgo prompting. Bing. And the bit that interested me was whether or not what moon phase we were born under, given how much witches are influenced by the moon, affected our future path and like where we fit into the scale, if you like, of what kind of witchcraft we're interested in and what kind of gods we're drawn to and what kind of gifts maybe even
the sort of archetypes of energy that we're drawn to. Yeah,
because Cris and I are both waning, and we're both like in the flux with the death goddesses. That's where we live, like dark goddess energy. I hate the term dark goddess energy, but yeah. I'm no good at astrology because of all the maths involved. I'm like, if someone else will tell me, I'm fine. But like yeah.
I'm not. So like, I'm decent with the houses. I'm good with the signs themselves. I'm decent with the houses. I'm pretty good with the planets. But when we start getting into the degrees is where I'm like, girl, you got me fucked up. I don't know.
Okay, so Alora said so full moon means question mark. Right. So
yes.
To me, if I had to guess at a witch style from a full moon baby, I would be like somebody who is born under a full moon would be like full manifestation. So they might be quite tactile in their approach to magic. They might enjoy hands-on manifestation of magic. It might be quite like their magic might be like all magic is emotional, but you know what I mean? It would like very emotional driven. So it all comes from a place of heart first. It might be, I get like an artist. That's basically what I'm getting from like a full moon.
See, when I first heard it, the first thing that popped into my mind is the blessing element, the healing blessing, kind of like wishing well, like that being a big theme. Waiting moon. Waning. Yeah.
Waiting on live chat to start. Yeah, that's the beginning of all our episodes. The waiting moon.
And we're alive.
I'm in no man's land betwixt it all. Chilling with Corona, yes. Magpie. Nailed it. Okay, good. Cool. So that would be my thoughts on what a full moon would be like. And then what do you reckon for new moon, Cris? Like new moon babies?
I feel like new moons are people that are really good at new beginnings, like purging and stuff like that.
Seeing the big picture. That kind of. I got divination. Like my feeling that
I'm also like, for some reason, the Fool card is coming into mind too. Like taking that leap into new things, like saying goodbye to what they know is concrete and just like jumping.
No hesitation. So the thing that came into my mind for new moon babies was like a natural inclination towards divination because they are looking at the big picture, looking forward, looking at the future. So maybe they would be naturally drawn to like pendulum work or scrying work or things of that
and also more isolation probably too. Like the wanting to draw within and listen more.
Pauses.
So that
I bet they're big on like pause, like I need moments to pause and reflect before I move on as well. So I might be willing to jump into things quite easily, but I still need those moments of pause and reflect within magic and stillness. And I feel like they too might be drawn to water magic, but their water magic would be far more still than like full moon. Like I get like more of a full moon might be the kind of that really freaking love ocean magic, whereas new moon might be more like black ball water.
Laura says maybe good meditators. I could see that.
I could see that.
Yeah, good at going within.
So what about waxing babies? What do we think? Maybe. We're all hypothesizing, by the way. This is just
right. Yeah, this is just, we don't freaking know. Oh, I could see them being the ones that have like the long ass like 7-day, month-long spells and shit, like the long endeavors where they're like adding layers and layers and layers onto things. Do you know what I'm saying?
I would think waxing babies would be good with all things that grow, like a herb and a flower and roots and trees and living things. Maybe like speaking to animal type work, healing work with animals and things of that nature.
Dr. Dolittle was born on a waxing moon.
Fact.
Trust me.
Fact. That's it.
I'm a wolf.
Have we got any? Who was a waxing baby? Is that accurate for waxing baby? I feel like you're drawn to like living, growing critters, creatures, plants, healing, things like that. I'd be interested to know. And then waning babies.
We just like death.
We're just like things that die, decay, and rot.
Apparently.
Oh, magpies waxing baby. So I'm spot on then.
Yeah.
Just before full, sad to report a brown thumb. I love animals though. How close to the full moon? Because if you're like a day or two, I would count you in full moon energy. Cool. Waxing baby, Briar Lynn, and it's quite on for working with animals.
I feel like waning babies are good with the shamanism. Which, by the way, I want to like stop and say that I appreciate that you phrased it that way. Like they're good with the shamanism.
You know, the shape shifting.
Yes. Let's see. Noah's a new moon.
New moon and dark moon babies.
Yeah.
Right. So dark moon's a little bit more intense than new moon, to my mind. I always say the dark moon is when the dark goddess walks with bare feet, and it's my favorite time of the month.
Ooh.
It's my absolute favorite time of the month. We just like that. Yeah, I'm deceased, you've slain me, no pun intended, Gothic Arcana. So dark moon, I'm getting like a counsel, like a listener, again like the new moon, but they would see beyond, like into the other world kind of at the same time. So they might have like a spirit communication. I think waning babies have this too because of like the descent thing. So like waning babies are quite likely to have like spirit abilities of some kind or another. I know I do, and I know Cris does to an extent as well.
I mean, I would venture to say all of them do to some degree, but yeah, I get where you're going with that.
Dark moon, there's some argument about dark moon, isn't there? Like some people say it's like before the new moon.
Yeah. Some people say it's after. Some people say it is one and the same. Some people mix it up with blue moon. I've seen that happen.
Blue moon.
They saw me sending hello. Without a dream in my heart. You have to sing it like the mice. You can't do a normal voice with it.
I don't know if I can get that high. It's little high. Surrounded by moats. Going in sideways.
Alora's probably over here like, oh my god, guys, get to the fucking point. I'm in the 4 category.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, for just before the new moon, again, that's very much in the heart of spirit and underworld for me. Like if waning babies are going into like spirit, then surely like dark moon babies are like there. Like I am underworld, bitches. I'm there. I can just step in and step out, and that would be like a natural thing for dark moon babies. So if I had to guess, I'm guessing we're hypothesizing.
That word, yep. Learning things. Got it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about what moons mean in terms of like?
Yeah, let me do that. Okay, so your moon is your moon is like your emotional makeup. It's your internal stuff. So it's like how you emotionally process the world, I guess you could say. So like your sun is how you like deal with the world, almost like in a tactile sense, for lack of a better way to say it. Alora, if you have a good way to say it, go ahead, because I know you know. But basically your moon is your inner world. And so then like, and then add your rising, and rising is like how you come off.
You're
like
laughing at chat.
What the heck is happening here?
Mystic was like, I think my ex was born on the eclipse because he's shady and secretive.
Is he also? Never mind. Never mind.
Don't
Anyway.
be insulting any signs. Don't be doing it.
So I'm not saying shit. No. Yeah, sun sign is the core of your physical self engaging with the external one. Right, exactly. So it's like the external stuff and how you like organize your life and deal with things like that. But like your moon is like all internal. It's how you're emotionally processing things, how you emotionally respond to stuff. And of course that gets broken down even further according to like your planet positions and different signs and all this kind of stuff in the houses and blah, blah, blah. But so your moon basically equals emotion, like to really simplify it. And so whatever sign that is in, yes, oh my God, Chris and I have gone back and forth insulting all the signs. It's a favorite which you passed on. Shh, don't be telling my shit, Alora. So no, I love all people. However, like that's the thing is that so like when you hear someone doing astrology, you have to realize also that they're saying the zodiac signs through that zodiac sign's point of view as well. So like for mine, I'm telling it from the point of a Capricorn earth sign, first and foremost, filtered through a Cancer, with the styling of a Leo. So it's going to be, it's all perception again. It's like there is no one truth because it's all different perceptions of how we are perceiving each other. Is this the mail? The mail's about to come. Joey, this might be your package. I hope it's the package.
Oh my God, we can do it on the live chat.
It's live right now.
We can do a live unboxing.
I want to answer the door in this. I'm ready for you.
Oh my God. Hello, Mr. Postman.
Man, I'll be right back. Hold on. Entertain yourself.
I'm just going to be cracking up until you get back. Chris has gone to answer the door. So we'll just sit here and giggle chat. So the reason that I wanted to do this as well, which is something we've kind of mentioned in a little bit, is that astrology is something that you kind of engage with quite early on for most of us, like spiritually. It's something you come into contact with quite quickly. So for me, like the whole Virgo thing was like a problem. Yes! Is that my box? Is that my box?
Okay, so it's not yours.
No!
It's actually, I know, I wanted it to be. It should be any time too. But it's actually bottles for that super project thing that I'm working on, guys.
Super secret.
Keep it safe. Shh.
So Chris is working on a secret project, and I'm going to share the shit out of it when she launches it. It's amazing.
Gotta get that shit ready.
I will say I will say this right now. Like, if you're original and you bring something to the table which is original and witchy, I will share the shit out of it because I think that's amazing.
Yeah, same.
Yes. So astrology was the gateway drug into witchcraft, Brilyn. That's what I was saying.
It was, man. I agree. By the way, they just kind of like, since those people are wondering, they like, I was like, I'll take that. And they're like, I'm gonna put this here. Thanks.
My postmen always hit on me. I get the weirdest postmen. They're like, I had a guy, this is completely off tangent, but I'm going to tell the story anyway. I had a guy turn up the other day, and I had like full makeup on because I'd just done a video and everything. And he was Polish and he was a delivery driver. And I opened the door and he was like, hello.
Yes. Death clock, yes.
Hi. I was like, this ain't a porno movie, dude. Bye.
Yep. Goodbye. I have a package for you.
I have a box for you. It
yeah.
says your name
Crimson. Crimson. Because I was reading When Earth Signs and I was like, Crimson. No, that's not right.
New name. Rename.
Blended. So, no, Crimson, this shirt, because it's a Death Clock shirt, for those who don't know. This shirt is actually my husband's. I will totally, like, I wore it. I put it on today, and he looked at me as I was taking him to work, and he goes, I haven't seen that in a month. And I said, you didn't look hard enough. I found it first.
Anyway.
Nathan is my cartoon hubby. Oh, yeah. I always say that, like, if Pete Steele and Danzig had a baby, it would be Nathan Explosion. Anyway, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Should we draw back to astrology?
Noah, mailman, I have a package for you, Cris. Wolf.
At least you didn't answer the door like Squirtleheim.
Like, oh my god, I wish I'd have thought of it. Just come out the door yelling, Squirtle! No, because these are glass. I don't want them to drop that.
Oh, this live chat's everywhere.
AKA Evil Elvis. Yes, Glenn Danzig is Evil Elvis.
Okay, regroup. My hair is like taking off today because
graveyard girl style on a sippy. All right.
Okay. So yeah.
Don't worry about it anyway.
Back in. What the fuck is going on? We had the same issues on STW. I mean, insane.
Yeah, like they're really no. I saw STW the other night, and it was like they were all cracking up. I mean, it was great. Like I enjoyed the show, honestly, but like it was, they were trying to be like, this is the routine, and it was not happening. Everybody was laughing.
Do you want to know why? Gemini new moon. That's why.
Oh, crap, you're right. Yeah.
I brought it back to astrology. Hey-o!
Also, the Gemini new moon will be going into the first house, I believe, if I'm remembering this right, which is like the self and how you express it in the world. And then also Gemini is communication. And they're like two different people because it's like flip. And so it's all like, woo! Yeah.
And they're under Mercury, the same as Virgos are under Mercury.
Yep.
And that's all communication as well. So, yep.
Yep. She was brilliant the other night. Alora, yeah, freaking Alora with the sunglasses, and then they had a guy named Chase on there, Two of Owls, I think his name was, who's a Instagrammer, and oh yeah, okay, STW was brilliant the other night, not she. Okay, I was like, how are you gonna give all the credit just to one person, Noah? That's shady. Like, there's 3 of them on there.
Virgo got back. Have you not seen Beyonce's jeans with Virgo on the butt? They're amazing. Just FYI, Beyonce's a Virgo.
That's okay. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that he's the new host, Laura. I was really happy about that. I like him. He's cool. Good vibes. Chase. Anyway. What were we talking about? Yeah, your moon signs. Okay, so like mine's a Cancer. And so Capricorn and Cancer are like opposites on the zodiac wheel, first of all. Second of all, not only are mine opposite, but they are literally opposite. Like their degrees are exactly across from each other. So literally, like I'm balanced as fuck, apparently. Which is why I'm like, All around me are familiar faces. Because I can see both sides of shit, and I'm just like forever alone. And now we're talking asses. Yes, we're always talking asses.
It's always boobs and butts and balls on this live chat. Have you not noticed?
Balls! Yes.
Balls,
have one.
and boobs and butts.
It's a
Making
thing.
of life.
Question. How do you know your moon? Alora with the glasses and smoking with the bed. Joey, I'm gonna like link that to you later just so you could see. Cause there was a joke where she was like, I dodged that stuff and I lost my shit. Like, I'm so glad I didn't have a drink in my mouth. So how do you know your moon? Okay, so like with your natal chart, yes, it is. It's the exact opposite. But like, like as far as I know, it's the exact opposite.
Astro.com. Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't know. But yeah, astro.com, you can look it up and it's free. Just write like natal chart and put in like where you were born and like the day and the hour if you can. Like put in the time. Got it. I had to refresh the page and all I hear is balls. No. It would make sense that the sun sign and the moon sign were always the exact opposite because the sun and the moon are.
Can I throw another fantastic fact about Beyonce? Beyonce shares my birthday.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's.
So
would you like some fucking lemonade or something?
Yes,
like, what are you?
Yes, I fucking would. I want to know where all my talent was. She must have got all the talent that year, and like. Anyway, my
hashtag not bitter.
Hashtag sour lemon. So my moon is in Taurus, which means that I am deliberate, sensual.
No, because that
artistic.
Sorry. Yes.
What do you mean no?
Virgo signs are Pisces moons. Yeah, because that can't be right either. Because I definitely like. Have seen different people with different moons under the same sign. You know what I mean? So that can't be the case. Because, like, I know
Are you okay over there?
I don't know. My brain just had a short. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a good freaking question, Alora. You, Joey, talk.
I think I'm being told to talk while Cris is researching.
On her own fucking channel. How you like that?
Capricorn just took over. I think I just got bitch whipped. So I have a Taurus moon. So yeah, it's really, it's an interesting dynamic though that we are going to talk about in a minute, which is kind of like the interplay between your sun and moon. And how that kind of makes you who you are. Because when I came into like astrology, I was really, really wound up about the whole Virgo thing because I don't think I fit a lot of the Virgo stereotypical traits. So when I was like coming into, I would like some lemonade, please, Mystic. Yes. Depending on what you're offering, maybe I should be more careful. Is it code? Cris, I don't know what I'm being offered.
I would be very, very. I walk away for a second and I come back and we're talking about like gold and stuff. I'm not going to get into details, but I'm just saying, like, what the hell just happened? What just happened?
I don't know. I was being offered lemonade and I was like thinking,
I left them with you. Why aren't you watching the children? No. All right, back to searching.
Channing Tatum shares Noah's birthday. I think my Aquarius moon makes me wishy-washy. I wonder if my stubbornness comes from my Taurus moon, because I can be very stubborn when I don't want to do something. And in general. So I don't know. I'd be interested to have a conversation with someone who actually understands astrology a bit better, because
right? I just want to like just say, like, you guys asked us to come on and talk about this, to be fair. You guys asked us. We are not experts.
No.
As you can see by the fact that I'm searching this question.
But I think in this live chat, it's more about just discussing it between like all of us, rather than it being like, we are an authority and here's what we know. We're like, hi, let's hang out and talk about this, everybody. What are we ready for, Alora? I think Alora might be about to lay down some wisdom. I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, Alora knows her shit too. Like, that's why earlier I was like, look, if you got something to say about the sun sign, throw it in. Because Alora used to do like soul origin profile charts and stuff and take in your astrology and all that. Like, I have a chart still from her from back in the day. So like, she knows her shit. Also, she's a Virgo, so you know.
I feel that Virgo. I've got my Virgo necklace on. Yeah, represent. So I'd be interested in knowing a bit about Taurus Moon. Anything that you're happy to share, Alora? I'd be interested. Astrology ain't nobody got time for that, Mystic. Mystic, what are we talking about? That's all we're talking about today. I'm a cusp baby too.
Well, it's what we're trying to talk about anyway.
Gothic Arcana. As a fellow Taurus Moon, that is exactly where the stubbornness comes from. Good to know. I'm stubborn as all heck, so.
Okay. Good night, Crimson. I know it's probably like really late there.
Sweet Susie, I'm lost on the degree stuff. Yeah, that confuses me too. Like, honestly, that's the part where I start going to sleep because it looks too much like maths.
That's the part. That's the part where I Google all the things.
Yeah,
that's what happens. I'm like, okay, house, okay, sign, okay, wait, degree. Nope, we're gonna just hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna have a look at some Moon in Taurus stuff then and see what it says on Astrology Cafe. It is not wise to push Lunatorians into doing everything. We're all stubborn is the first thing it says, as well as
wait. So Alora's a sun and moon cusp. Jeez, lady. Because it would be across from each other. So yeah, you're in limbo.
Moon in Taurus are very romantic.
So yeah, Taurus are. Anyway, I think.
I don't know if I suppose I can be romantic. I have
you can.
I have a weird way of thinking about romance, though. Like, I find romance in the strangest places as opposed to what's supposed to be romantic. So, Taurus Moon have reliable instincts. They are very tied to the physical world and have a well-developed sense of smell.
Okay, everybody, go Google things about your sign right now. Bring it in. Copy paste it in chat. No. Sag Moon.
That's a good point. That's something we should talk about. Everything I just read. Yeah, that one. Read that out.
Yeah. Everything I read about Scorpio is always negative, so I just stopped. Okay, so like, I like Scorpios. I think that they're very intense. Also, have you read about their sex area? Because that's always positive. They're like known for that.
If you haven't slept with a Scorpio, you should just once.
Apparently.
Say it.
But they are very, very deep. They feel everything very intensely. Yeah, they're secretive, but that doesn't always equal shady. You know what I mean? That just means that they trust few. And I don't know, man. To an earth sign, that sounds like a good plan. I'm just saying. Yeah. Nah, you're damn right I went there, Noah. He's like, Cris went there. Yes, because Scorpios are... Yeah, like that's the first thing I hear about Scorpios. And also from that, extend it past sex and into just how they show affection in general.
Yeah.
And they are exactly, Alora. Scorpios are mysterious and deep, and people are intimidated But oh god, chat. But they can keep a secret like no other. My best friend is a Scorpio. Yeah, they are very, very loyal in terms of that stuff. And that's that trust thing. And yes, people are totally intimidated by them because they are so intense that they have this presence that precedes them. My husband is he's a Sag sun, but he's got a Scorpio moon and rising. And he walks into the room and everyone knows that he's there without him even trying. It's just how he is.
Mm.
So they have a very strong presence, and a lot of times they don't even realize it.
My Saturn is in Scorpio, if you know, and Saturn is kind of like your boundaries and everything, right? You like discipline and things, and like your sense of justice and things like that. And my sense of justice is Scorpion, so
yeah. Also, a lot of people like want to associate them with fire, but they're actually a water sign. Just like a lot of people want to associate Aquarius with water because aqua, but they're actually an air sign.
Well, and they're a water bearer.
Yeah, right.
It's all very confusing. But
they are. Scorpios are deep.
But I wanted to touch on that because both Cris and I have an earth sign, and the earth signs get the butt of like people like, you're all boring. It's like earth signs are not the whole boring.
Like, it's all work and no play kind of thing. Or like one thing with Capricorns I always see is that we're so conservative, and I'm like, fuck that. No, we're not.
It's like I'm supposed to be tidy and nitpicky, and I'm like, God, I'm more of a chaos demon. Are you kidding? I'm an artist. Everything's everywhere. Like I couldn't.
But I think that it also like it's the combination of all your signs. Like for like Arwen did a video recently that was saying like people who are like, oh, I hate this sign or I hate that sign or these people are like, it's really loosely done because of the fact that we are all different with our planetary makeup and the degrees and everything. Like it goes deeper than just one sign.
Mm-hmm.
And so like everyone's different positions blend in their own unique way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as simple as just being like all blah, all blah. But for the sake of conversation and just joking around, it's done sometimes. But where was I going? No. But so like Capricorn, for instance, is usually someone who is very like, we're very career driven. We're very like, we're mountain climbers, we're the mountain goat. So we just want to go up and up and up and up. And we can get so focused that we like don't pay attention to the rest of the world. And because of that, it seems very all business. But then there's also Capricorns that are like, it depends on what their career is. Like, what is their focus, right?
Bye, Gothic. See you later.
Aw, where's she going?
The Wi-Fi is cutting out, so she's got to go.
Oh. All right. You got to go learn things and stuff. I get it. Blessed be and have sex with Scorpios. Alora. But I love... But what I love about earth signs is you always know you can count on them. True for the majority, I would say. Yeah, an earth sign, most of the time, if they like pledge their loyalty essentially to you, then you've got it.
But it takes a while. It takes a while to get to that point.
It does. Also, you know, like I just said, like you have to be careful for like their other makeup, like their combination and, you know, the history with that and everything. So
Oracle of Arwen said I used to get the Virgo, the Virgin jokes when I was younger. Virgo sun. People think Virgos are uptight and stuffy. No.
Do you know what? I think that Virgos are not. I think that they have high standards and they strive for excellence. But I don't think that like with certain things, because it manifests different places in their life. Like certain ones will be striving for it in different places. Like with Joey, for instance, I know like you will not approve a product that you make unless it is just right. It has to be aesthetically, it has to be energetically, it has to be perfect for you by your standards, excellent. Mm-hmm. And that's a Virgo thing. Like they will hold themselves to such high standards that it has to be right for them And if it's right for them, then it's right for the rest of the world, because they know they're really hard judges.
Which, on the flip side, Virgos are probably more hard on themselves than they are on anybody else. So
absolutely.
People who are like, oh, Virgos are uptight and in their interactions with people, and like, dude, you have no idea how hard Virgos are on themselves. Like, and because I think that's
a common Earth sign thing anyway.
But the Virgo the Virgin thing, once I found out that virgin meant unmarried, it didn't mean not sexual. That helped me a huge deal as a kid. Yeah. So it was just like not tied down, like not in marital whatever.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily mean non-sexual, so you can get around it that way.
Right. So who was the clingy? Okay. Courtney's like, I'm a Cancer and I hate when people say we are all emotional clingy messes. Okay, so Cancers are some of my like oldest friends, and I love Cancers. To be friends with a Cancer, you have to accept that they do go with the flow. So everything is according to how they feel at that moment in that day. If they go into a house and it doesn't feel right, they want to get out. That's why they tend to be homebodies a lot, because it's their nest. You know what I mean? Like, they've created a place that feels comfy to them. But Cancers are given a bad rap for being an emotional mess, because others don't understand that it's not that they're being messy, it's that they're just riding the waves. You know what I mean? Like, they're going with the ebbs and flows. And to other people, like maybe Earth signs, for instance, it's like, who want to just be like, nope, just stay in one spot, just pick a side, and this is what you're doing. Like, pick a foundation. The Cancer is like, but I'm going with things, man. It's cool. See, and everybody else is like, it's a mess, right? But to them, it's like, no, this is how I feel.
See, this is where my other signs come into this, because like my Venus is Leo and my Mars are Leo. And so I'm not like that in terms of my Earth sign. You know how like they're like, Earth signs are very rigid, and it's not rigid necessarily in a bad way, but they pick a plan and that's the plan, and they stick to it. My other signs, the underside means that I'm not like that at all. And so when people were talking about Virgos being like, Virgos like their lists, and I can get behind a good list. But on the other side of it, if the minute I'm told I have to stick to a schedule, I have to operate like within the bounds of this.
Okay, but you're also contrary. You're also contrary. You know, like, oh, you're gonna tell me what to do? Oh, watch this.
Yeah, well, that's Virgos. Virgos are all like, in fact, never mind. Earth signs are all like that. You try and tell an Earth sign what to do or how to think or how to feel, and good luck to you. Yeah. I would say all Earth signs are like, nope.
My Venus, because everybody's like, my Venus is in Leo. My Venus is in Sag. So, like, when it comes to my love life, I'm like, don't pin me down, dude. Let me be free. Let me be my own person. Cancer, Leo, cusp. Yeah. So another thing too. Okay. So one of the things that I've had to learn to accept about like my Cancer friend is that she will make plans and then it'll be the day of and she'll be like, I really don't feel like coming today. I know you're going to be mad, so please don't be mad, but I really don't feel like it.
Oh, that drives me crazy.
And like the Earth side of me, right? The Capricorn side is like, oh my God, we fucking had a plan. What is wrong with you? But then like I have my Cancer moon, so I'm like, no, dude, I get it. Like I wouldn't want someone to make me have to go out either if I wasn't feeling it. So it's cool. Like, hey, can I come curl up with you in your blanket and watch Netflix? Oh, that sounds amazing. Yeah, okay. I'll bring the hot cocoa. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Cancers will make plans, but when it gets to the day of, if they're not feeling it, they won't do it. Mm-hmm. And that's just how they are. It's not that like they didn't intend on doing it and they just made a plan for lip service. They did fully intend it at the moment. But the difference is that when the time gets there, if they're not feeling it, they act on that. They're not going to fight it. Mm. because they're all about feels.
I'm going to remind you about you wanted to talk again about your north node, south node
Yeah,
in relation to the death
right.
side of things, just so we don't forget.
So the north node and the south node are in all of our charts. Everybody has one. You get a north node, and you get a north node, and you get a north node, and you get a north node. That's right. So
Run away.
So your north and south node is set by a lot of astrologers to be like your past life versus like the lesson that you need to learn in this life.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever is in your south node. So for me, it's Sag in my south node and Gemini in my north. So to use that as an example, like my Sag would be my comfort zone, right? So anything that has to do with usually like philosophy or bigger picture kind of things. Exactly, Oprah. The Oprah of astrology, and north nodes for everybody. And then the one that is in your north node for me is Gemini, is the lesson that you're learning, which for Geminis, they're all about communication, right? They're the earth sign that wants to really like hash things out and explore and communicate with different people and in many different ways. And so for me, I'm learning communication this lifetime. But your south node is your comfy place. It's like your home, right? Like where you want to hang out when you're feeling stressed. So the stuff that sign represents would be where you probably go by default. So for me, like spirituality and things like that, because Sages are usually they're usually more interested in like the existential stuff in life and things like that. So yeah, so look up your north node, man. So I see a north node in Capricorn.
What am I looking at? Because on the Cafe Astro, I've got ascendant node and midheaven. Is that what I'm looking at, or is that something else?
Let me pull up an astro chart so I can see for you. The astro one.
This, yeah. If you could look at my north and south for me. This is the part of the astrology where I get confused and I'm like, what? Eh? Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, bye, Oracle of Arwen. See you later.
Bye. You guys are just gonna listen to me type. Isn't that riveting?
Tippity tap, tippity tap, tippity tippity tap.
Tippity tippity tap,
tippity tap. I shall read some of the comments then while you're doing that. Pagan Wildwood, my north node is in Scorp. Kristen, I was born during the Capricorn stellium, so I have a lot of Capricorn. Wow. Raven Dreamer, my north node is in Aries. Magpie's north node is in Aries.
Lots of fire. Learning to embrace that. Focus it.
Michael's north node is in the 10th house along with my sun and Mars. Need for maturity, responsibility, and worldly accomplishment.
Let's see.
Astrology charting seems to be like shadow working, getting to know and understand yourself, Pixie.
Oh, yeah, totally. Totally. Well, that's why I say, like, that's kind of what started a lot of my explorations of, like, the world and how I see the world. Because if you know the facets of yourself, like Joey talks about masks a lot, like, that's kind of, it's another way to see it through a bunch of different masks. There it is. Okay. So then...
Hit me.
I'm looking for it. There you go.
Ah! It's that time in the live chat again.
Where are you?
I know that my ascendant node is in Taurus, which is supposed to mean I'll get my heart's desire in this lifetime.
Yeah, okay. So It should say true node on your chart.
I don't see a true node. Hang on. True node. Nope. No, it's not on here. On the one I'm looking at.
I figured yours out before too. But I don't remember your info on it now. And I don't want you to say it on here.
South node is that. Sign.
Send me, Joey, really quick on Facebook. Send me your deets, and I'll like pull it up really quick for you. Because this is live, folks.
Send me your numbers. Wow,
yeah.
We're gonna
send me them digits.
Mm-hmm.
I already told you to host your own channel, so now send me those digits. Let's see. Where did I stop reading over here? Venus is in Virgo, blah, 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 blah. North nodes. Oh, God. North node in 10th house along with Sun and Mars. Need for maturity, responsibility, and worldly accomplishment.
Huh? Did I miss it?
No. I'm just waiting for you to...
I did.
Did you send me that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. She's like, yeah, why aren't you on it? Jeez.
Capricorn.
This is how we treat each other. We're friends. We're friends.
I love you, really.
Damn.
Everyone's gonna be like thinking that we hate each other now. Don't say that.
Do you know what's really funny though is like, okay, so at this one job, I stayed there for like 8 years, and my best friend there was an Aries, and we got along by essentially being bitches to each other because we both knew that the other one could take it, and we could say that stuff to each other. We'd be like, yeah, okay, we'll back at you, whatever. And so everybody thought that we hated each other's guts when we actually loved each other.
Well, if I'm piss taking out of you, which that might confuse Americans. If I am
taking the piss out of you when you're like you're
mocking,
giving someone shit is what it's called here.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I'm doing that, that means I love you. Because if I'm like teasing you, that's a sign that I love you to bits. Whereas if I'm like
if that's
super
an earth
polite,
thing.
If I'm super polite, that's not so good. That's more like,
yeah.
I see.
Yep.
That's not so good. If I'm like, yeah, dude, yeah, sure you are, whatever. That's I love you. So there we go. I wonder if it is.
All right. So, Joey, your north is Taurus.
Okay.
Yeah, your north is Taurus.
More.
So
Taurus.
you would be going towards Taurus, which is tactile and.
Well, my heart, my moon's in Taurus as well, so heart's desire. I need to find my heart's desire in this lifetime.
So let me see then. So if that's Taurus, then where's your chart thing? Your chart is like all over the place too. It's really funny.
So rude.
No, like it's a very balanced one. Like you have like a square in the middle of your chart, which is cool. Mine is like all to one side pretty much. I have like no air in any of my stuff, which makes it really hard to learn the Gemini lesson. Thanks, man. Let's see. What are they saying in chat? What's going on, guys? I can't see it.
Student Witch, my Mars is in Scorpio. The sexual stamina of this position is thought to be the strongest of all positions. Hell yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah, but your Mars isn't about your sex. Your Mars is like your confrontation.
Yes.
So,
what was it in?
Scorpio for the sign of the sexual. So if you're not getting what
so
you
it's a
need,
low rumbling storm that's about to just take the town out. That's what you're saying.
Mine's Leo, so mine's like loud, proud, and shouty. So
Mine is I don't remember.
Alora said your north was Gemini.
Mine was? Yeah. My north node was Gemini.
Brian Lynn, nothing wrong with some angry sex once in a while.
Legit.
Well, you know, passion.
Okay, so Alora, if your north is Gemini, then that means that your Sag or your south node is Sag, because they're always opposite. Because they are the horizon when you were born, like what was on the horizon mark.
Okay, so mine would be opposite Taurus.
Yeah.
So mine would be either Pisces or Scorpio, I think. Because they're like, the problem is Taurus on that chart is over both, kind of.
So the south is where I live.
I'm going to say Scorpio.
Wait, is this a southern joke, Alora? Because no. Okay, so like okay. Can I use like a picture?
We've got to the confused part of the live chat.
Fucking right. It was like, what is on the I don't know, man. Look, okay, go to Gemini, and then whatever is directly across from it on the chart, on the circle, is what it is. Like, literally, it's always opposites. She's like, no, this was not a southern joke, because we're both from the south. So going to have to go. Love you both so much. Aw, bye, bunny. My moon is in Capricorn. Let's see here. Maggie Elrom. I'm pretty sure her moon was Capricorn. The few moon and Capricorn people that I've met are very, like, they're super, like, they're just so freaking organized when it comes to their feelings. Like, they're like, I got this shit on lockdown. I understand. So what we're saying is, I am on a mission that has been made emotionally and communicatively impossible. Damn. Way to put it in a negative way, Earth sign.
Well, I'm supposed to be able to find my heart's true desire in this lifetime. There's no pressure there. Like,
right. Well, it's a lesson that, you know, because a lot of people say that this like ties into reincarnation and stuff. So,
which is the death part of this conversation that we should touch on really before we reach time.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so the north node, south node thing. So it's always going to be the exact opposite on the chart, like the wheel. And so like Alora, you're a Gemini, so that means that Sag. So talking about like spirituality and kind of being in that like flux kind of thing where you're exploring and just kind of going with things. That's like a comfort area to you. Yeah, we really could do this all day. Like this is a thing. I have talked about this stuff. At my last job, job before last, I went around in a place that had like 400 employees, and I asked as many employees as I could what their sun sign was, and then I tried to guess what their moon was, because nobody ever knows what their moon is off the bat, like at least in the real world. Like here in the like pagan YouTube world, everybody's like, this is my moon and this is my rising, but like, no, when you go up to someone at work out there and you're like,
there, somewhere
out there, if love can see us through. No, so No, but nobody ever knows what their moon is, so I had this fun game of like trying to guess.
The pagan wildwood believes their south is in chocolate.
Pagan wildwood. South is in chocolate. Well, that is your comfort zone, and I respect that. I don't know what element group that would be.
Taurus.
Yeah, definitely Taurus. See, my moon is in Cap, and yes, I'm organized emotionally, but apparently I brood and quietly plot, less dominate when... Oh, yeah, okay, so domination stuff, like power struggles, is definitely a Cappy thing. Capricorns, there's this control power... Like, we're said to be the ones that are kind of BDSM-y.
Wow.
Because there's, like, we like the challenge. We like the power struggle. Like, one of the things that attracted me to my husband is that he's not a yes man. He's going to be like, oh, no, that's fucking stupid. And I'm just like, is it? Let's do this. Because that's hot to me. Like, I want to be challenged. Yes, do that.
No, but I like that too.
So it's a power play thing.
I'm going to say it's an earth sign thing.
It is, but Capricorn specifically, because we're so, like, climb that mountain oriented, we like that challenge, that adversity there.
I wonder if it's an earth sign thing and then which earth sign you are, like, because as a Virgo, if somebody can intellectually debate me, even if they're taking like the opposite side, that is hot as fuck. That is so sexy.
Yeah.
Like the meeting of minds and being like, yeah, we like. Alora agrees with me. Alora says that applies to all earth signs.
They do, but I think that there's like a specific focus on it. In terms of like power plays and control, especially in terms of career with Capricorn. Because that is like a very reoccurring thing that I've noticed of the people that I know that are Caps. Sapiosexual earth signs, yes.
Earth signs are sexy as fuck. We need to drive this home because everywhere I go, it's like, oh no, the water signs are all like all the sensual ones, or the fire signs are good in bed. I'm like, earth signs.
Well, and that's kind of what I meant about the perspective thing earlier, is because we're seeing it through the filter of something else, right? So like sexy can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Everyone has their own kind of swag, if you will. I just said swag.
Everybody has their own kinks. Yeah,
I'm gonna just put this back on and just...
I say kinks and she puts fur back on.
Everybody's got their own kind of swag. That would be the Leo rising, guys.
Now, Taurus, they are right and don't care how many times you present them with facts, but eventually after a long time they will admit you're right.
Right, but that's only after you've let up and stopped trying to convince them, though, too. Because that is a thing.
I mean, my moon's in Taurus, but because of the Virgo and the Virgo rising, I think I enjoy the intellectual debate more than being right. Like, if someone can prove me wrong in intellectual debate, that's like
However, Joey, knowing you, if you are emotional, she's like, oh yeah? Did you see that shit? However, knowing you, there's also this thing where, like, you know that you're being very emotional at that point. And if someone tries to, like, oh, you can be better, it's okay, or, like, pull you out of it, you're like, fuck off. This is mine and I will sit in it. So that's the bull thing. There's the Taurus, is because it's like, no, I don't want to feel better. This is mine and I'll do what I want. You're not right. I'm right because this is what I'm feeling.
Well, yeah, okay.
You'll dig your heels in. Yeah. So no, I get what Alora's saying. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Like, I mean, I'm saying that about people. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just different ways to do the same shit.
And ultimately, that's all we're talking about, because I think there is this, like, when we talk about astrology, there's this fascination, like, who am I? But at the same time, then there's like these labels, like, this is who you are. And it's like, no, it goes beyond that. We're all like multifaceted. We've all got all this like different makeup with astrology anyway.
It's not so much that we, like with you with that example I just gave, like, it's not so much that we aren't, it's like we're we're all doing the same thing. It's just the way that we're executing it. That's the only difference. It's just how we execute things. It's how we kill things. No, not that. But you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. You two need to do a video playing the personalities of the signs. And dude, that's like my favorite thing to do is reenact like my sign makeup together. Like, okay. So guys, all right, I'm going to do this. Okay. So this is how things are in my head. Right. And I've said this to Alora before. And Joey, I believe. So, like, you've got the Cancer that's vegging out on the couch watching Netflix. Because this is just the thing that, like, Cancer does in my head. I don't know, guys. You guys do other things, whatever. But, so, like, with their soft plush blanket and they're sipping, you know, their favorite drink and eating some chips or whatever, right? And they're watching Netflix. And then Leo is, like, spinning in circles. They're just spinning in circles. Like, what do you guys want to do today? What do you guys want to do today? Let's go to the park. You want to get some ice cream? Let's go do some stuff. I just want to dance. I really like this. Do you like my new dress? This is pretty cool, man. Yeah, woohoo. Let's go have fun. And then there's the Capricorn sun, who's like the parent, right? The discipline, because Capricorn is discipline. So they're like, I'm going to duct tape both of you to the wall. Like, we have a deadline to meet. Stop spinning. Cancer, get your pants on. Let's go. Like, we need to go. We have a deadline that we have to meet. It's you know, I know that the deadline is at the end of this week and we have a whole week to do this, but you know what? I'm worried that we're not going to get it done in time. So we need to do it now. So everybody get up. Get off your butt. And la 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 la. Oh, look. Gracie and Frankie is on. I'm going to watch that. Like, this is in my head the whole time. This is my head. So I like to think of them as like different aspects of ourselves.
So how does triple work? Do the triple signs just all sit around?
Dude, they all just spin. The triple Leo just spins, and then, like, I don't know, it must cancel itself out or something.
Oh, they're all spinning in different directions, so they all go
and then they
one.
just get tired and they lay down. Because I could see Maria doing that. She's a triple Leo. And I could see that because she has these moments where she's like, there's a picture of her where her family, it had just gotten warm weather. And her family had, they were out in the yard, like working and everything. And Maria, for those of you who know her or don't know her, she does yoga. She's amazing at it. And so there's a picture of her and she's in the foreground doing like a handstand and some shit, like all fancy. And then all these people are working in the background, like slaving. And they're like, oh, and she's just like, look, I can do a handstand. It's summer. And I'm just like, fucking Leo. Fucking Leo. That's a Leo. But it's fun. Let's have fun. But it's like a chill fun. I don't know. But yes. Oh, Laura, everybody's dying in the chat. That's how, like, if you've seen Kellyanne talk about like putting yourself into different personalities to do shadow work, like, I think that was how that began for me, is looking at my astrology stuff and seeing them as the different personalities within my whole. Within my whole. That's a whole other show.
Is it though? Is it though? Is that a whole other show? We've had BDSM and balls and boobs and flirting with the mailman and yeah, do an impression of Joey's signs.
Dude, but it's difficult for you because I would have to go into your fire as well. Because you have so much like, people don't understand. She has so much fire in her chart that, like, even though she's like a Virgo sun and a Virgo rising, which is very like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And we're very goal oriented and we're going to mark things down. We're going to make lists. We're going to organize. And the Taurus is just like, bull in China shop, fuck your rules. Because Taurus does that. I just want to feel things and touch things and experience things. And let's think about it. Let's chew it. Let's take it out of our hair and chew it for a while and see. Because they want to like, yeah, they want to like touch, taste, feel, smell, whatever it is. They're another sign that I think is probably good in bed, just saying. Because they're so sensual oriented that they're, yeah, that they're very like, they're in that moment. since we're talking about it, I'm just saying. But where was I going? But no, so you have so much fire in your other stuff that it bleeds through, right? It bleeds through. And so, or it burns through, I guess would be the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you're like, I'm having all this structure, and I have all this earth and it's a foundation, but underneath of it, there's a volcano about to emerge, right? Like, so every now and then, there's like a crack in the like foundation thing, or the persona, I guess, of that foundation, where you get this bubbling sort of, lava. You know, like this bubbling lava where it comes up. And I think that's the moments where you like break into song, and you know what I mean? Like, because you're just like, ah, da, 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 and fuck this, dude, gotta dance a little. All right, now back to your regularly scheduled program. Like, I feel like that's the manifestation of that, is where it just kind of like that flame kind of sneaks out every now and then.
Back in the cage, madness, back in the cage.
Yes. So someone who's really good, since we're talking about like impressions and things of people, someone who's really good at that is Deborah Silverman, and she is on YouTube, and she has a video for each sign where she has dressed like them, she has sat like them, she talks like them, and she gets interviewed by her audience like them. Like, she takes on the persona of that sign, and it's really, first of all, it's really funny, but also it's really cool how she did it. Like, she made it very accessible.
I've seen it. It's good.
Yeah, I love her stuff because she just kind of like, she just breaks it down in a really matter of fact, like from the hip kind of way. And I appreciate that, because a lot of people, like, when they start talking about astrology, you're like, what? Because they'll get real deep real fast.
Yeah. This node in this degree of this, I know I've gone cross-eyed. Or
oh, so her name is Deborah Silverman. I'm gonna write it.
Deborah.
Oh.
Deborah. I was born 2 months early. I should have been born in September. Do you think that has an effect on your sign? Maybe a silly question, but I don't know. There are no silly questions.
This is true. Except for, is this a silly question? No. No, it doesn't affect it. Not in my opinion. Like, you were born when you were born, and that was supposed to happen that way.
That's what I would have said. You were born when you were meant to be.
Yeah. Everything in its own time. Where
I was
born
early.
Like how old my brother was, and that's him all over. Wait, where's the Yule? What happened with the student rich thing? My sun sign is a cusp Sag Cap. I know 2 of those now. And a Sag and Cap appear 7 times in my chart. Oh, geez. And oh my God, the Cap side of me is all discipline and goals, but the Sag side is like, okay, so yeah, but I want to philosophize and think about shit. So my favorite part about a Sag is that they will openly admit that they don't ever want to adult. They're just like, I could do all these things, but also adulting sucks. They don't like adulting, and it's kind of funny. Okay, I think you always kind of wondered. I always tell my boys that.
I have Sagittarius in my Uranus chart. What's Uranus?
What's Uranus?
It's round and peachy. What's Uranus?
It's a star. Yeah, Sag is in commitment of any kind, right? Yeah, Sag is they just want to be free, man. They just want to dance. I think that's a fire thing anyway, because Aries also are just like, don't tie me down, man. I got to be free. I got to do stuff.
Well, apparently the Uranus in my chart means that I like avant-garde ideas, being original, and does not tolerate constraints on her freedom.
So your butt doesn't like restraints. Got it.
Well, I don't know.
That's
a whole other conversation. Thank you.
I totally can see that you have a lot of fire in your chart, Alora.
Alora basically has my chart. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
We have very similar charts.
Yeah.
Fire does like to do whatever it wants.
But you know what? Fire signs are really inspirational. Like, I find that that's a big, like, not to say that others aren't, but fire signs are especially inspirational, I think, because they have a way of, like, giving you that energy back, giving you that spark, and just being like, or you could do whatever you want. Live your life.
You okay?
I love that.
You know, I don't know many Aries.
Yeah.
Charlie's an Aries.
Yes.
And that might be the only Aries.
Charlie's very much an Aries, too.
That I know, like.
Aries are the epitome of tell me I'm not going to do something and then watch me do it. Like I always use the analogy of, like, if you put something that Aries wants on one side of a brick wall and it's just one flat brick wall, right? And you could walk around it. The Aries every time will be like, fuck this, I don't have time for that, and just run through the brick wall and make a hole and then grab the other thing on the other side. And the thing is, they will break through the wall because they're really good at focusing their fire. But it's only when they want to do it, first of all, so it's always on their terms.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also, like, they can be impatient, so they're just like, nope, cut to the chase, let's get this. You're with me or you're not. Like, there is no in between. You're in my way or you're out of my way and with me. So, like, make a choice. We're doing this now. I'm not waiting. Let's go. But they're also, like, really good at inspiring other people and, like, getting them to go, like, getting them, like, hyped up. They're really good, like, hype men. Like, you can do anything you want. You did this. You got this. You were good. Look, it's going to be a great day. We can do, you know, like, that is an Aries.
Very impatient. Student witch.
Yes.
If they lose their focus, this is something I've noticed. If they lose their focus, then they lose all will to do what they were doing. Like, they go hardcore into something, but if they lose the focus on what they were doing, then they'll abandon it. Like, I've seen that in my years.
Aries still like order to some degree, but like I said, it has to be on their terms.
But
it always has to be their terms.
But don't forget, a lot of what we're talking about is you've got so much more chart than just what your sun sign is.
It's very fluxy.
It's very fluxy for the very first time. Anyway, so that's my fire sign coming out. That's exactly my point. Like,
there was the crack, people. That was the fissure.
Stop telling people to notice my crack, Chris. Honestly,
you were talking about Uranus, not me.
You were talking about tying my anus up. Jeez.
Welcome to Chats with Chris and Joey.
But there's so much more going on in your chart than just and Virgo never explained me. Like, when people are like, this is what a Virgo is, this is what a Virgo is, and I was like, well, maybe a bit of that, but
Michael's like, pours a drink.
Don't lie. This is why you won't come
another
here
thing too that people don't realize is that, like, so our houses, and so let's say, like, we're talking about, like, Mars and how Mars is, like, your passion and you know, conflict and things like that. Okay, so it's not only just the sign that Mars was in, it's also the house that Mars was in that affects things too. And so that house will tell you, like, the area of your life specifically that it, like, could manifest in. And so, like, a house would be, like, the first house is self, and then I think the fourth house was, like, family and stuff. Like, it jumps around. And so, like, you can even get down to, it's kind of creepy, like, you can even get down to, like, how you were raised, like the parental structure and everything that you had. and you can find it in your chart.
Mm.
The housing placement and the moons and the degrees and all this stuff. It's kind of crazy. Like, that stuff goes way deeper than people think. I want to say that it sounds like freaking Snow White at your house because I hear the birds.
I am fucking Snow White. I was talking to the blackbird the other day. We was talking
I saw
about
that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Sounds like some houses have a dungeon playroom, the Pagan Wildwood. Chris's house has a dungeon. She has one of those long paddles. She ties people down.
Mm-hmm. It's a Capricorn thing. No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
That could be.
That's why she's threatening to tie my ass up.
I don't actually have a dungeon. Don't tell lies. I'll tell them about your balls that you sell. No.
I sell ball gags. That's how I met Cris.
She did. She knows what I'm doing. Is that right there.
Mm-hmm.
No comment on the paddle. Thanks for the support, Laura.
Michael, pause another drink. Are you playing drinking games with that?
It's just like,
That may or may not be an earth sign thing. I think it is. Right. Let's take a silly point about, but be kind of serious. I think earth signs are very tactile about their sensuality. So if you're thinking about a paddle or you're thinking about restraints, it's a very tactile thing. And for Virgos who
even biting and things.
Yeah.
It's touching.
Oh god. I love that kind of biting thing, but I probably shouldn't say it on live chat, but whatever. It's out there in the ether now. Joey likes to be
I'm just gonna be in here.
But anyway, pour another drink, Michael. But I like the pressure. I like the feel of it. I think for Virgos, there's a sense in the head as well. There's like you're analyzing at the same time as the tactile. But I think it's an earth sign thing. I think that like the contact and the stimulation of contact is an earth sign thing. Ain't no shame in my game, said the Laura.
So,
Cris.
So it. Yeah. That breakdown was just for you, Laura. No, I think who was it? Lady Dukovna, something like that on here. If you look up Lady and then why did your face get red, Cris? My face got red. It must have been my blush.
Oh my.
No. Tactile stimulation is the only way I cannot be in my head. Yeah, because we process so much. I wonder if air signs have a similar experience there. Because they're in their head a lot too. Or maybe they talk more.
They like to talk daddy.
Anyway, I was gonna say that the lady woman, she does videos on like how each sign is in terms of their sexual relations. So that's something to look up. As for book recommendations, Lauren suggested Astrology for Yourself by Demetra George. Yeah. Thank you for handling that, Student Witch. I had a book. Do I still have that thing? I don't think so.
I'm going to read the book suggestions out just for later for anybody who wants book recommendations.
Yes,
Astrology for Yourself by Demetra George and Douglas Bloch. Air signs do talk, apparently.
Confirmed. Air signs just tell you what to do.
They get off on the. Are you sure it's the communication? And not the hearing themselves tell you to do something and then you do it. So it's a in the head thing as well. Responsive.
Oh, there was so when I was younger, there was like this series of books, and so essentially they had like a book for each sign, And in it, you could look up where your natal chart was with all the signs and all the positions and everything for the last, like, I think it was like 30 or 40 years. And it was dedicated to one sign, so you could look at that. And then they had the breakdown of all the houses and what it meant and like little blurbs about it in the book. And so then you, like, it was like basically like a dictionary of sorts for it, for each sign. And I had a lot of them. What was it? I don't know if anyone knows the book that I'm talking about, like those books.
I think I know what you mean, but I don't know what the
But it was like, they were big books and they were dedicated to one sign only. And I would get them on all the people that I like had in my life, and then I would be like a freaking creeper and analyze everything. Like I'd look it up and make notes on it and everything.
Kit says air signs also fantasize and visualize a lot of the experiences in the mind. That's true with Virgos as well, actually. And I think Virgos might slightly be different with how they approach tactile, because they like to think about it as well. So, hey, Kitty.
Cappies don't want to think; they just want to dominate. To be really,
Cris just wants to go on top. That's what I heard. Air signs would be dominant, Elara. I wonder. I think it might depend. Well, obviously
like when
depends,
I say dominant, I mean struggle anyway, because I've said challenge is the fun of it. But also, signs are something we haven't talked about yet. Is that there are mutable signs and cardinal signs and like fixed signs, and those have different effects too. So like that means that like when they interact with each other, it's kind of like help me here, Joey. It's kind of like genes, you know, like when you blend your genes, like the dominant traits and stuff like that, and like what is recessive and what isn't. So like the things that come out stronger, that's where you look at like your fixed, your cardinal, you know, immutable, like what they are. Mutable is something that's going to be more recessive, whereas cardinal is something that's going to be more dominant. So when it's like a choice of one or the other, if there's a mutable and a dominant, it's probably going to go with the dominant more. Especially like, for instance, like, so my moon is in Cancer. Cancer is the moon's sign. Like the moon is ruled by Cancer. So that's a very dominant placement for it. But so that's going to be much more dominant in general. However, Capricorn is a very strong sign. Yeah, it's more of a...
And you cardinal with the Capricorn, and then mutable with your Cancer. Is that right?
Yes, if I remember correctly, it's a cardinal, and then that's immutable. So, like, there's a battle there. But that's what I mean, is, like, that also comes into play, too, is, like, the type that they are.
So I'm just going to say I enjoy the Senpai Notice Me reference. I'm just going to say I love that.
Yes!
Carry on.
I know, that's pretty much all I had on that thought.
Oh,
it was just like,
well,
hey, there's also another layer to it that we haven't talked about. The end.
But like Virgo is mutable, but I think Taurus is cardinal. I think. Alora, resident
Everybody's
expert.
Like, can we just have Alora on? Like,
we should have just done that. We should have just been like,
we should have just been like, Alora, come on and talk signs with us.
I think. Oh, Cancer and Cap are both cardinal. There you go.
Cancer's cardinal? Really?
Taurus is fixed.
I mean, like, the moon in it is really strong, I know, but...
I thought so. And that would make me... I wonder, though. I can see a lot of Virgo within my sexuality, because a lot of it is in, like, you've got to seduce my brain, because if you like, you can be hot as fuck, but if you're dumb, I'm not interested. I'm sorry, that's mean, but I couldn't find that sexy. Whereas if you're like a intellectual and hilarious, but not as good looking, I would prefer that.
Okay, Alora's like, if I can wear my shades. And yes, you can wear your shades. I'm answering for your channel, Joey. Just, you know. Like, just, you know, smack me back if you'd like. Okay, so cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libras, and Capricorns. And then fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And then the mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sag, and Pisces. Just for anybody who's wondering. Look that shit up for you. There you go.
I love intelligent mind. I need that to be sensual with somebody, because if I can't hold a conversation with you, I don't want to sleep with you.
It tastes better. I mean, like, I tell the story of my husband a lot. Like, when we first talked, he worked the words soliloquy and exponential into a casual conversation, and I was like, done. Let's go. Sold.
Tauruses are mainly dominant.
So why are they fixed? So I'm going to read what this says because it's in front of me. The fixed signs are concerned with maintaining something, changing things so they are the same as before, or establishing things. Fixed and changed appear to be contradictory. Imagine a house. Every day it gets untidy and dirty. In order to keep it in its normal state, quote unquote, it must be changed, cleaned, tidied, etc., so it remains the same. A body needs to be regularly fed and watered if it is to maintain its state of being alive. There appears to be no change because there is a lot of change directed to maintain a state. Oh, that's an interesting to say that, yeah. Such as a clean house and a living body. So yeah, so that's a fixed sign. So a lot of their energy is put towards maintaining status, like the status quo, I guess you could say.
Intelligence is sexy is the general consensus in chat.
It is. I agree.
Do you know what I find deeply sexy is like a dark humor, like a dark sarcastic humor. I'm like, oh.
I appreciate that. So the cardinal signs are associated with starting things, initiating things, or being enterprising. They said it, not me. Star Trek reference. They are forceful. They are forceful and aggressive, and have the will to accomplish something, often something new. They project into the world. They are creative in the sense that they cause things and start things. So a lot of people are going to be like, what? That's Cancer? But I totally get this, because Cancers, even though like a lot of people are like, oh, they're really emotional and they're receptive. Yeah, but they're also very emotionally assertive, which is what this says. And that's a good way to put it. Like, Cancers will mess with people. Like, they'll tell you some shit that's a straight out lie just to see if you'll believe it. And then like walk away and see how long they can like watch it happen, because they just like to.
Do I have to watch you?
It's funny. It's so funny. Like, I don't know, man. I think it's amusing. Like something that's like harmless. Like, you know that Jimi Hendrix is still alive, right? No, really, he is. And then they just like keep a straight face and they walk away and smirk. And then later that person's in a conversation with someone and they're like, oh yeah, I love it. Jimi Hendrix is still alive. And the person's like, what the hell are you talking about? He's been dead for a long time. Freaking Cancer.
Yeah, but I need to point out that Alora said that Tauruses can rival Scorpios in the bedrooms, hands down, and I am just shouting.
Well, I mentioned earlier with Tauruses that they're very sensual.
For my Taurus Moon right there.
Somehow this has turned from death in astrology to sex in astrology, which honestly, death and sex are very similar, but still.
Le petit mort, the little death.
There are a lot of links there.
Well, to be honest, because it felt like a more natural sort of progression of the conversation. So me. We talk about star signs in terms of sex because everybody uses their star sign to hit on each other.
Pretty much. And then the mutable signs, baby. Yeah. The mutable signs for you guys. Mutable signs are concerned with changing things into something else. This is not transforming as much as it is moving on to something else. So that's like a releasing thing. Like we were talking about the moon phases. I wonder if that's where. Anyway, The emphasis is on adaptability in the sense that while the fixed signs resist change, the mutable signs accept it. The mutable signs end a cycle and lead on to the beginning of the new quadruplicity.
I might change the title of this episode to Little Death, because Kit was like, this is what I was thinking. Astrology and death, do they mean little death? I might actually change the title of this video.
I mean, I'm down with that.
That's kind of where we've ended up.
Because we're not really talking about death. Like, we talked a little bit about like past lives and shit, but I don't know, guys. What do you want to know about death? We can talk about that, but this is pretty much where we're going naturally. So yeah, so that's the mutable signs.
I mean, I can make it about death, as in, you know, we all experience lots of little deaths within life. Death doesn't necessarily have to be the finite for this incarnation. It could be all manner of those little deaths throughout life, and that's sex. And that is also sex, naturally.
Yeah, naturally.
Naturally. Supernaturally. Bum, bum, bum.
Get the salt.
Are you all right over there?
Yes, I'm fine. I had a moment. No, okay. So, I was looking up the books, and I'm pretty sure they put a new cover on it, but it's like the Sun Sign series, and it's by Joanna Martine Woolfolk.
I have one of those.
I'm pretty sure that's the book, because it's really big and you can look up like the details and everything.
Mm.
And there's one for every single sign. But that was what I started with.
Mm.
Just saying, like, getting there.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. Anyway. So, questions, concerns, cigars, tuberillos. What's up?
Sexual preferences.
Yeah, that's. Why do we always end up there, man? Why do we always end up there?
Because we're earth signs and we're sexy.
And we know it.
Then we both start wiggling at the exact same moment.
Yes.
It tells you all you need to know. Rule 36, if a concept exists, there is a porn of it, no exceptions.
Oh, of course, yes. Yes.
Earth sign question. Go for it, Laura.
Earth sign question. Of course the earth sign has a question. Sexual preference as often as possible.
I disagree. I'd rather have it be good than often.
Are we slower to explore sexuality?
I think we might be.
Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah.
I think it's a high standards things with Earth. It's like Earth signs have a lot to give, and this is true in all ways, but sexually as well. It's definitely standard oriented. I agree. Yeah, but you have to meet the requirement before you're going to get it all. Like, you're not going to get it. It's not going to be true for everybody. Again, you know, the rest of your chart is going to. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Earth signs are the least likely to have like one night stands and things like that. It's not that they wouldn't, but either they're the least likely to.
I think that it's like Earth signs are really picky. And not to say anything about the other signs, because they can be picky too, but I think that Earth signs just have really high standards for themselves, and so like that bleeds over into other people. Well, if they have really high standards of themselves, then to get into that self, you're gonna have to meet that standard. Right, exactly. But the thing is too is like, okay, so Earth signs are like, we're going to that conservative stereotype again, but like there's this need in us to like make it, right? To like to have been what's the word I'm looking for here? I don't know, to succeed in that way, like to be, you know, like the perfectionist if you're the Virgo aspect, or you know what I mean, like to make it. And I think that since we have such that high standard, we hold ourselves to it, so we're really, really picky about when we find someone. And it takes us a while, one, to trust, but also for that. But I think also, like, you have to look at society standards, because we look at, like, making it in society a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there's a period of time where we spend our life trying to do that, and then, like, that affects how we choose who we choose to. Does that make sense? That's where I'm trying to go with it. I mean, I think everyone is affected by that to some degree. And again, we're using these terms as, like, you know, all Libras, all Capricorns, blah, 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 loosely, because everyone is made up of many of them.
Mm-hmm. What would be a dangerous combination sexually?
Sexually? Oh my gosh.
Taurus and Scorpio. Taurus and Taurus. Capricorn and Capricorn. Holy hell.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to go with Capricorn and Capricorn because they would both be trying to dominate each other all night long.
Well, we're talking about, like, two people together. I was just thinking of, like, one person with all their signs. No. Okay, so together. Wolfie folds her paws.
We're thinking. Should we go for one which we don't think would work with each sign? Maybe. Loosely. Because obviously it's not always
loosely based.
So what do you think for Capricorn? I'm going to say another Capricorn would probably be your own worst enemy in bed.
No, actually, so, like, my mom is with another Capricorn, and she's a Capricorn. So, and they actually, like, they finish each other's sentences. It's kind of creepy. Like, it works really well. I would say with a Cappy, it's going to be someone who's just going to kind of, like, go with it. Someone who's just going to kind of, like, so maybe a water sign that is more, maybe like a Pisces that's just going to kind of go into things and just, like, whatever you want. And like a Cappy's crazy. Not gonna, because they don't want essentially, like, a yes man. Not to say that all Pisces are, but in a Capricorn's point of view in that kind of situation, like, they want someone to be like, no, and fire back. And if you don't have that, like, in a Capricorn's mind, they're like, okay, look, if you can't get a backbone with me, you can't get a backbone with other people, so you won't stand up for me, which means I can't count on you. Like, that's how that works in a Capricorn brain.
So Aquarius.
Aquarius are so fun because they're so quirky and outside of the box that I would think that if they had someone who had to be, like, structured inside the lines, it would drive each other crazy.
So probably Virgo with Aquarius.
Yeah, probably like a classic Virgo.
Pisces. Pisces is next, right?
I don't know as many Pisces. I don't have as much experience. So I'm going to direct that to you because you have more experience with them.
I'm going to say I don't think Aries would be a very good match for Pisces. Pisces are very deep, very sensual, but it would be a very slow build into sensuality, I think. Depending on the rest of the sign, obviously we are generalizing again. I'm going to say that. So
we're going to say that 50,000 times on this.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that Aries might be quite authoritative, and it might be too authoritative.
Aries, they're fire. They're just, they're very assertive. I could see that.
My mom is an Aquarius.
My mom's Virgo. Never so much conflict. Yeah. See? Okay. Ex-husband was an Aquarius and we're happily divorced. Yeah. Allura. So, because Aquarius want to, like, I told Joey once, I was like, okay, so if Virgos are the ones that are put here living amongst humans and they're like, what the hell, humans? What are you doing? I can see these patterns. Why do you keep doing these things, humans? Like, and they're like, if you would say, like, they're maybe the robot living among the humans where they're like, I can calculate this. Why are you Like, why are you, making these mistakes? Okay, so like the Aquarius would be like the alien that's coming to Earth. So not only are they like what the hell is going on, they're also in a whole other world where like they don't even realize how like out of left field they can be because they're oblivious to it, because they're just like, nope, this is how it is. Aquarius are some of the funniest people that I know too. I will say that. Like it's a very smart humor.
Gothica, we're still going because we've got stamina, baby.
Yep, we are still going.
We're about done because we've just hit over the 5 o'clock mark.
Oh yeah, we have. You're right. And I gotta open this box, guys.
Always looks for me.
I gotta open this box.
I'm so cross you didn't get my box. That would have been hilarious.
I know, that would have been so awesome. I need a knife.
So
I'll use my boot knife.
Yeah, personality is more important to me, and sense of humor is even more important. Like,
yes,
I need to be able to giggle with someone. She's got the knife out, guys. Dungeon.
Don't test me. Yeah, Allura. That's like a classic description of a Virgo to me. It's like, I explain my brain to people as I literally can calculate all the possible scenarios of a situation within 15 minutes and tell you what will and will not work. Yeah, exactly. Because it's like a robot thing where it's like, nope, these are all the scenarios and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so this is your outcome. And you'll be like, no, it's not, Virgo. Don't judge me. Don't tell me how to live my life. You don't know me. It could be different. And then it happens, and then they're just like, well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Virgos. The queens of I told you so.
Yep. I'm not even going to deny that. Virgos, yeah. Queens of I told you so.
Caps. And bottles.
Bye, Gargoyle.
None are broken.
We're about done in a minute anyway. We're just watching
Yes.
Cris open her toys.
Hey, now.
Virgos are not the worst.
Virgos are not the worst. I love Virgos. Like I said, they're one of my favorite signs. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think of what we've talked about here. This is me opening things and thinking. Imagine a 9-year-old child doing that to you, my Virgo son. Yeah. So I have an Aries friend who has a Virgo daughter, and it's hilarious. The exchange is hilarious. There's so much sarcasm happening all in one place. It's great. So who have we not talked about? What sign have we not talked about?
What's the worst for Virgo then, seeing as we're talking about Virgos right now?
What's the worst?
Uh-huh. We're just going to say Aquarius for Virgo, or are we going to say something else?
I mean, like, I still feel like that's a match the other way around.
Yeah. Okay, how about Scorpio then? What would be the worst for Scorpio?
Oh, gosh. Gemini. And I say that because air signs won't talk about shit. Scorpio don't want to talk about shit. Don't ask me to talk about shit.
Well, Gemini and Scorpio are kind of, that's what we just said. Scorpio and Gemini would be a difficult match.
Because Geminis want to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Scorpios do not.
Taurus?
Taurus are very stubborn.
Libra.
I could kind of see that.
That's what people in the chat are saying.
Yeah, because Taurus isn't interested in like seeing things from different perspectives, honestly. Like they're not, like, that sounds really bad, but Taurus are like, that's great, you have it and it exists. I'm not gonna like invalidate it, but also like I don't give a fuck because it's not my reality. And then Libras are like, but let's take everyone into consideration. They're like the diplomats. So these are the bottles I got, guys. Yeah. So, mystery. And they'll be filled with something that looks a lot like this.
Bum, bum, bum. Spoilers!
These bottles are nice, too. Taurus are good, though, when they are introduced to new concepts. True. They are. But that's because they want to, like, help. They want to take care of things. They want everyone to feel comfortable. So maybe in that area, like them and Libra would get along because Libra. Oh my God, no. Taurus and Leo.
Oh.
Yeah. Because they're battling now.
Yeah.
For that attention, for that dominance.
Right, so we're on about time.
Yeah.
Because I have to go.
This has been random talking about astrology for 2 hours with Joey and Cris.
This has been astrology and sex. Let's face it. That's what this is.
Pretty much. Astrology and sex, and why the hell don't we have Alora on here too?
And Alora should have been on here today with us. Yeah.
Yeah. Alora, we need to do a chat with you sometime.
Yeah. Come on our channel. Come, Alora. Come on.
Our channel. Like this is just mine too now.
She's the dominant one. I've given her whatever she asks for.
No. Joey's channel is awesome. I would never take Joey's channel from her. Well, come on and send it, bro. All right. Well, we got to go now, but.
Well, if you like, we'll organize one next week and we can think of a different angle because this is a huge topic that we could talk about.
It's a big one.
And if you like, Laura, we'll organize one of these. It's probably going to be next week now, though, isn't it? Because you've got
either
plans.
that or sometime this weekend if you want, because I'm booked pretty much up until Saturday now.
Because I'm talking to Alex tomorrow, and I'm talking to all the names have gone out of my head.
Well, you also have that podcast coming up too that you did.
Oh, well, that's recorded and that will be out on Thursday. That will be out tomorrow.
Right?
That's
Thursday. Okay.
I videoed it yesterday and it will be out on Thursday. Friday. Are you at work on Friday?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's in the afternoon, so if it's early, I should be able to see it.
No, I was talking about talking with Alora.
Oh, yeah, I could probably do it Friday if Alora can.
Are you free in the morning on Friday, Alora? The morning your time. It will be about this time for me, I assume.
I think she's my time. Are you EST, Alora? We're asking her all these things like it's going to be an instant freaking answer and there's not a delay. Everybody else is like, okay, bye, guys. And we're like, hey, Alora.
Hey, Laura, come to Chris's dungeon. Organize it, sort it out. It's a mess. I can do that, but there will be shades. It's fine. You can wear shades.
I mean,
CST.
That's fine. Can we all wear shades?
I don't have any. I've got my reading glasses. Will that do?
Yeah, we can just all wear glasses. It's the glasses chat. We'll join you, Alora. It's okay.
Okay, well, we'll organize that for Friday morning then, and talks about. Maybe we'll talk about death that time.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
She lives in England. No shades.
Oh, that's true.
It's super sunny and hot here today. It's like 24 degrees outside.
See, and it's like rainy and shaded here today. I don't know if you guys can tell how like dark it is inside.
Melting.
But... yeah, and meanwhile I'm covering myself in fur things.
Okay, so thank you everybody for bearing with us with this talk about astrology.
Thank you.
And sexuality, and we're gonna be back, I think, with Alora on Friday morning. We will sort that out on Facebook, and we'll be on one of the channels, and we'll advertise it, and we'll talk some more about a different angle. We're gonna
come on, Vogue. Let your wolfie move to the music. Move. Ow, ow, ow.
That's how we're finishing the video. There you go.
That just happened.
Okay, so that's going to be the end of this chat because I really do have to go, my darling. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you on Friday, hopefully with Alora, and catch you on the flip. Bye.
Bye, guys.